Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Nicolia, and this week we had to focus on dance and movement in our course. And the lesson I chose was Carnival of the Animals by Camille Saint-Saëns, who is a famous French composer. And through this book, we read it. They would watch a short video clip through puppetry by a gentleman called Jim Gamble. And the students were able to see visually the different aspects the animals could perform musically. And then I went beyond that, and I decided, well, what would be a better way for the students to really internalize movement and dance and understanding than to get up and do it themselves. So for this activity, after they go through the book and after they go through watching the video, I then have those students take the opportunity to get up and be creative and innovative in their own way and how they interpreted the animals through their own mind. And it was really quite interesting to see what they came up with when they were thinking of what an elephant would do, where students would either wave their arms to signify a trunk or stomp it, pretending that they're bigger than what they are, and then way down to what a fish would do, which would they put their hands together and they would show the movement through the water, as opposed to a dinosaur, well, they would act like a dinosaur and they portray it through their own perception. And it was really quite interesting to see what they came up with. The particular piece of music that I chose within this carnival was the Hens and the Roosters, which I thought was really, really creative in a way where students can actually act like a rooster and act like a chicken. And so here's a perfect example. Now, as they're listening to the music, they notice the violins and the piano and the flute on top, and they start portraying. So perhaps the students would flap their wings to portray a chicken, or move their head to show that they're a rooster. And it was really quite inventive how they would demonstrate those different ideas on the lines of what they think a chicken would do, or what a rooster would do, and seeing how they interacted with each other based on what they were doing. They were really able to collaborate and even reflect upon the others and what they were coming up with as far as a group goes. The approaches that I focused on for this assignment were flipped authority, collaborative, and reflective. And those three I felt were the strongest in the assignment because, one, their learning becomes their own. They are their own teachers through that demonstration. I give them basic instructions and they take it from there and create what they want to come up with as far as what a rooster or what a hen does, or vice versa with the other animals in the compositions. And then collaborative, they're collaborating as they go. They think, they rethink, they get inventive, and they see others, so they reflect upon what they are doing, and it has a way of shaping what they want to do, so that you see them re-edit and changing their own ideas as far as what they're seeing, and then they create it and make it their own. And then finally, when we're done, we sit around in a circle, and the students discuss what they liked, what they didn't like, what they could have done differently, and so forth. So this activity, not only do they see it visually, they not only see it intellectually, auditorily, but they are able to internalize it through motion and through dance at the same time. So it's really an all-around great activity to do with students, especially the particular grades I focus on, which is first and second. The intelligences, it's endless. From students who have a hard time seeing to students who have a hard time hearing, they're having all those capabilities through all those different variations of differentiated learning where they can all relate in their own personal way. Some do better by seeing it visually to be able to connect. Others do it better when they hear it auditorily. And so the overall activity is just a phenomenal example, and I love doing it every year. The kids enjoy getting up and moving around because they're actually having fun, and that's what I try to portray in my music room. When they're having fun, they're actually growing and they're actually learning, and a lot of it has to do with movement, being creative, being innovative, and coming up with their own ideas, and then sharing them with others. So thank you for watching, and have a great afternoon.